Welcome to the Rock Newman Show.
It's the Rock Newman Show.
And now, the Rock Newman Show. Hi, folks. This is Rock Newman. Today's Saturday, August the 24th, 2013. We're doing a postmortem, a wrap-up commentary about the 50th anniversary of the historic Martin Luther King March on Washington, D.C. In studio with me in the Langston Hughes room at Busboys and Poets, former mayor of New Orleans, the Big Easy, and president now and CEO of the National Urban League. You know, before we go back to some heady stuff, let me just say, let me bring up a name that I'm sure you're rather familiar with. It's he at one point worked for and I think headed up an organization that had just tremendous impact throughout the South on people voting. The Southern Organization of Unified Leadership Soul. Guy by the name of Don Hubbard.
Oh, man.
Talk to me about Don Hubbard. Now, you all might not know who Don Hubbard is. I'm going to say this. He's a friend of mine. But
Don's a friend of mine and a mentor. And, you know, Don was one of those folks who came out of CORE.
Yes.
The Congress of Racial Equality. He actually was part of the 1963 march on City Hall in New Orleans because there were 30 to 40 local marches in the 2-month period after the March on Washington to support the messaging of the March on Washington. Don Hubbard was one of the organizers of that march, and then later created a political organization, the Southern Organization for Unified Leadership, called SOUL.
SOUL.
It was a political organization in New Orleans. It was respected and feared.
Yeah.
In the 1970s, Don Hubbard was a person whose door everyone who ran for office knocked on. Yeah. And I'm proud that when I began my political career in the early 90s, he took me under his wing. He shared with me so much wisdom, so much thought, so much foresight, and sort of counsel. I was young. Yeah. I was aggressive.
Sure.
I was sometimes impatient.
Yeah.
And Don counseled me in terms of how to work with some of the senior leaders in the community. But a great friend, and you know, I got to tell a story about you, Newt.
Oh, wait, just before you tell it about me, because I want to say something else about Don that I learned. First of all, Don, I think, finished the 8th grade and didn't do any more in school. He happens to be,
most brilliant men.
I refer to him as one of the smartest human beings that I've ever met on the planet Earth. And you know, I learned something about him when he went to Syracuse, New York. There was a car dealer in Syracuse or Buffalo, New York, that donated the station wagon that weren't the 3 civil rights were Schwerner,
Goodman and Cheney.
Goodman and Cheney. Don actually went, picked that car. Now, he's a young guy then, I guess maybe in his
20s.
Early 20s. He went up, drove that car back, and a couple of days after he drove it back, it is when those 3 brothers you know, perished there in the swamp.
You know, I didn't know that story, but Don was a frontline civil rights leader who became a serious political activist and a business person.
Yes.
He now owns a great bed and breakfast
called the Hubbard Mansion on St. Charles Avenue, 3535.
St. Charles, you know it.
That's right.
And he is, you know, transitioned to be really a truly elder statesman, certainly in the community.
Rock Newman Show.
It's the Rock Newman Show. Rock Newman Show.